Hey Aries, welcome back to my channel for a weekly reading. Excited to be with you guys. Um, this, I don't know. I've done like several weeks of readings in a row so that I could totally focus on other things that Source has wanted me to focus on. And it has made such a dramatic difference in my energy. And when I tell you this, guys, I understand what they mean now about taking action on these creative outlets. These creative outlets, I have been painting every day. I can't get myself to stop now. I enjoy it so. I'm going to cry thinking about it because they've been telling me this for years. Years they've been telling me to do this. And I thought, what is that going to do? You know, like, well, that's not going to bring in money, but you know what? It does bring in money. It absolutely does. But having said that, there's something just supernatural that happens when I sit in front of a canvas or I'm drawing or playing with clay, things like that for me. Now it's going to be different for all of you. You know, whoever you are, you have a different type of thing that kind of puts you in that zone. But for me, it was, you know, something like for example, let's just say I popped on a video. I was watching a video, and they want me to tell you this because they want you to have these same experiences. I popped on this video to watch, started painting, and normally when the video is ending, I'm just fully watching somebody talk on this video, like giving it all my attention. But now I'm putting it, I'm drawing on the canvas. That video ended, and I got through like 2 other videos before I even noticed that the video had ended because I got so locked into the painting that I didn't care. And for the first time, and after I did that for a few days, I started noticing right away, where my energy was being siphoned, where my vibration was dipping. I could feel it when the experiences came up, and then I realized, oh my gosh, I've been spending 90% of my day in this energy, but when I'm over here, I'm up here. So as you start doing things and these experiences start happening for you, where you naturally do something that naturally raises your vibration, these other experiences are going to feel, they're going to be like eyesores and heart sores that come to you. You're going to feel it right away in your body. Another thing I've been noticing is that really pay attention to your body and where you're feeling the sensations. Not just the fact that you felt a tap, but where you're feeling it. Think about the chakra that it's related to. Think about, is that, for me personally, I do, the left side is a yes, the right side is a no. I used to do 1 tap is yes, 2 taps is no, but sometimes they want to get my attention and they'll just, they'll keep doing that. So then you don't really know. So I have feminine, masculine, yes and no. Like they want you to create like a plan of communication with them. Like talk about, like when I see shoes in my mind, that means I'm going on a journey. Something about you making symbols with your stream of consciousness, with source. That way when you see them, you know exactly what they're talking about. So they want you to take some time. This is important for you to do. It's going to help you like sandblast things away to clean surfaces. It's going to help you like remove all the sand that's been covering up all the shiny brightness of who you are. And it's important that you step into whatever creative pursuit that source has been leading you to, because the creative pursuit unlocks, it shows you where you want to be. It calms your system to a point that you weren't able to do before, and you thought like, I can't get out ahead. Well, when you do the creative thing, that's what gets you out ahead of stuff. That's what takes you to a whole nother level. And I will say, as I started doing this, the answers started coming. It took inspired action, but you know what happened? There was fear blocking my inspired action. And that's where the healing has to come in. That's where you have to address the emotion or an experience. It's like you have to shift a vibration. You know, you have to, whatever that topic is, that subject is, it's like you need to shift that vibration. But what if you're in a place where you don't know what the subject or topic is, or you don't know that something is blocking you? Then you need to do something to get you out of an emotional set point. I'm actually not going to make this Aries. I'm going to make this general, and then I'm going to do an Aries. You have to do something to get you out of that rut over here in this energy. And it doesn't take long. I mean, it literally took me 2 days, 3 days. Not in 2 days. It was 2 days. The first day, right away, I realized, oh my gosh, this is it. And something I'm doing, sources Sebastian's having me do, I have a notebook. And every day after I do something artistic, I write about it. Like, I write about how it made me feel, what I did. And I'm keeping track of that now to see what I need, you know? So the same thing goes for you guys. Like, I'm only telling you this because I did what they told me to, and it's paying off big time. It's made a huge difference. My visions have gotten stronger. My intuition and downloads have gotten much stronger. Sebastian's been speaking through me, like breathing my body more. And it's just, it's really put me in a good place. So I would recommend that you guys do that. Something else that they want me to address here. So when we do these readings, sometimes they are for what you're going through or about to go through based on the energy that you are emitting at that time. So Source has been giving you multiple different scenarios that can play out for a particular area of your life. It is up to you how that plays out. So you can hear a reader tell you something. That reader may be giving you the highest timeline, maybe giving you, and when you know what a timeline is, it is a shift in your vibration. That is what we do when we jump timelines. And you know what a shift in your vibration is? An emotional shift. Everything is tied to your emotions. Everything. So if you are somebody who's not comfortable with your emotions, or you're not used to fully expressing your emotions, you're not going to understand where you are vibrationally unless you're looking at what's coming to you in your physical reality. And that can even be confusing. Use this as your guidance scale here, okay? Use this as your guidance scale. See these emotions? Screenshot that. And then just kind of, look at it throughout the day. Like, where am I at right now? And then you got to be able to work okay, something happened and I just realized it triggered jealousy in me. Then you sit there and you play with your words and you talk about, I don't know, maybe you're jealous of, I'm just going to give me an example, Source. The way somebody else looks. Somebody's got a better body than you or something, and you get jealous and you start nitpicking them apart. Instead of you nitpicking them apart out of habit, not because you want to, out of habit, nitpicking them apart for you to feel better, say, why does this bother me? Ask yourself, Source, why does this bother me? And show me in my body where this is affecting me. And then you're going to feel an emotion in your body. You're going to feel some type of, help me release this. What is this about? It may happen instantaneously. You may have a set of experiences that come that the rest of that day or the next day that shows you exactly what it's about. And it's really about you feeling like you're not good enough. That, maybe your confidence has been rocked. Maybe people have really hurt you and said malicious things about you, or you're not happy where you are with your body. So to make you feel better in the moment, you talk about somebody else, something like that. But what they want you to know, that's what they're going to be doing with you from now on. It's an emotional game that we need to play, collective. It's an emotional game because we don't get ahead. You can't get ahead through action alone, and you can't get ahead through emotion alone. You get much further along with emotion than with action, depending on where you are. Because I'll tell you right now, I have an ex who gets extremely jealous of me. And it's like he looks at me and he thinks, of course our child likes you better because you don't do anything. You get to spend all this time while I bust my ass trying to make ends meet, and I don't get to spend the time with our child like you do. And and just judging, saying all these things, not realizing what I'm actually doing. They're on the outside looking in, judging me based on what they see, but they have no idea what I really have going on, like the classes I'm taking, choosing to live with my father. Number one, he needs my help because he's got cancer. He's not doing well. Number two, I needed his help. And number three, I was supposed to come back to this place. I was supposed to. I had to go back to where I came from to realize the patterns that were in the way as an adult that I had as a child. You know what I mean? So all of this is purpose. There's nothing that is lost. All of it is purpose. All the things we go through. So if if you're somebody who's had everything, like you had the house, the husband, the wife, the dogs, the kid, the cat, whatever it is, like the picket white fence, you have the things you want, and then bam, it goes away, and then everything is just like laid to rest. There's nothing but bare bones left, okay? It's just your bare bones. That's all you've got to offer. Then guess who comes in to save the day? When this happens, who comes in to save the day? Sweet baby Jesus. Every time. Every freaking time. Now, it can go twofold. You see, I'm just going to say this. So, let's say for my ex, when I'm in a place where I don't have money and I'm struggling and I'm strapped, I look at him and think, after what he's done and what he's went through and me having to pay my karma, why does he get to live the way he does and I have to live the way that I do when he damn near killed me? Like, I almost died because of something he did. Something like that, It's something to that effect. I have my judgments towards him, and he has his judgments towards me, and I had to step back from that and think, wait, just because he has everything doesn't mean he's happy. And this is how you talk yourself out of that. All right, so I'm just giving you this as an example. The jealousy. Just because he has more than me physically doesn't mean that he's happier than me. In fact, he gets mad because I'm the one happier than him when he's the one making the money, doing all the thing that society tells us to do, but I'm the one that's happier. I'm the one I don't have this angst in my heart. I don't have to worry about all of these people around me. I don't have to wake up and go to a job I hate every damn day of my life. I don't wake up regretting my decisions anymore. I see the purpose in all of them, and I see the growth that it's brought me. I just see things differently. I don't hold animosity towards him the way that I did. Sometimes it rears its ugly head, but I'm working myself out of that. And these are the things that happen when you take action on creative outlets. When you ask them, okay, this person really upset me. And then you look, like, what did it trigger in me? If you can't figure it out, ask source, what is this triggering me? I feel pissed. What emotion is that actually? I'm just fucking pissed. And really, okay, so it could be, at the moment, it could be hatred or rage, okay? But after you ask them, they may say that really you feel powerless. Deep down there's a wound of powerlessness, and you stay stuck in the rage so that you don't have to feel the powerlessness. But what you want to do, instead of staying stuck in the rage for years on end or for the rest of your life, you want to dip down and feel that powerlessness for a minute or two, not forever. Even if it lasts a day. That's what's going to break you from getting stuck here in the hatred and rage. If you dip down to feel the powerlessness with source, then you're going to be able to work yourself up. You may come out of that, and then all of a sudden, whoa, you're up in disappointment because you didn't stay stuck here. Sometimes when you get stuck in emotion, it is because you have to dip down to feel what's really blocking you, and that way it releases you from this and takes you up to this. And then eventually it'll take you here, and then here, and then here. All right? That's how this is supposed to work. So from now on, we're going to be talking about emotions more on this channel because your emotions will show your vibration. So, and here's the thing. I can talk to you and I can give you all this detail about, what somebody's going to do, but if you, and give you advice on how to navigate that, but if the advice that they give you to navigate that expects you to dip into the powerlessness for a minute so that you can get past the rage like I was talking about, if what you need to do to get out of this hatred and rage that you've been stuck in, let's just say for years, is dip into powerlessness for a little bit, it is just you expressing the emotion at this point. It is not about you staying powerless. It's not about you identifying with being powerless. It is about you expressing this powerlessness so that Source and your spirit team can come in and speak truth to that powerlessness. They do that with me through my healing. They've done that with me from the very beginning, and then I picked up on it about halfway through, and then we've been rocking and rolling since. So there's something about that coming through for the collective at this time. We are in the shadow of the Lionsgate portal, and that is a hugely powerful time, and it's Leo season. So this is all about look at me, hey me. It's like, being out there, being public. But there's a time where that becomes phony for you. There's a time where, like, what once worked for you no longer resonates. That shows your growth. That shows that you're not willing to settle for surface type, menial type of conditions. You're ready for some nuts and bolts, the meats of something. All right. So, that is what I have for you, collective. I'm sorry, I was going to make this Aries, but they told me to switch it to collective reading. So I'm just going to put this message out there and then I'll start on the zodiacs. Peace and love, everybody.